If you are willing to take this challenge, we're just going to hold our breath for 15 seconds. Take a deep breath in. Go to take a deep breath out now. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Exhale it out. Stop breathing. Remember, you can breathe anytime you want to if you need to. I just want you to notice how this feels. 3, 2, 1, breathe. Good. Okay. So holding your breath, obviously that's a little bit of a willpower challenge. Some of you, maybe you need to hold your breath for 2 minutes to feel it. So would you believe that this ability to hold your breath is one of the best predictors of people's ability to succeed at difficult goals? Psychologists call this distress tolerance, the ability to stay put when things get uncomfortable. So I want to tell you now about a small intervention that teaches people how to basically ride out physical discomfort that gets in the way of making a difficult change. The first I call the torture chamber. And this was a study of smokers who wanted to quit but had been unable to. And the researchers asked the smokers to abstain from smoking for 24 hours, sort of a first challenge, and then to come into the laboratory with a fresh, unopened pack of their favorite brand of cigarettes. So all the smokers show up, they've got their pack, they are desperate for a smoke, and they even carbon monoxide tested them to make sure they hadn't smoked. They were ready for a cigarette. They seated at a long table and asked to put away all distractions except for a lighter or a match and their cigarettes. So you got a bunch of smokers now, they're ready. And then the experimenter is about to begin the process of allowing them to smoke. And she says through actually a microphone like that, you hear this voice that says, take out your pack of cigarettes. And everyone does, they're all excited, woo, stop. Okay, they have to wait 2 minutes now, and they're not allowed to do anything except look at their pack of cigarettes. Pull off the cellophane, okay, stop. 2 minutes they have to wait. Take out a cigarette, finally, stop. They have to wait 2 minutes. And this goes on. And every 2 minutes, they're writing down how intense their cravings are and how much they want to smoke. But other than that, they're not allowed to do anything. Take a cigarette out. Stop. 2 minutes. Look at the cigarette. Stop. 2 minutes. Smell the cigarette. Stop. 2 minutes. Put the cigarette in your mouth. Stop. 2 minutes. Take out a lighter. Look at it. Stop. 2 minutes. This went on for over an hour. Nobody was actually allowed to light the cigarette. So here's I didn't tell you what the actual intervention was yet. Half of them before this happened had been taught a technique called surfing the urge, in which you learn to pay attention to the physical discomfort of wanting something. You give it your full attention and you trust that you can tolerate those physical sensations. And if you just wait with patience, they will go away. That any craving, any emotion will eventually pass if you can just breathe and wait it out. That you don't have to act on every impulse or emotion. So that's the technique they were taught. They were surfing the urge. They were imagining those cravings as a wave that they were getting on, and they were just going to breathe, and they knew that it would eventually end, just like a wave. Okay, so the results. In this study, the smokers who had been taught how to surf the urge in that 1 hour torture test, they ended up reducing their cigarette smoke by 40% in the very next week, even though the researchers had not asked them to. The control group did not reduce their cigarettes at all. And interestingly, in the people who had learned to surf the urge, there was now no longer a connection between psychological stress and smoking, which is actually, that's the main connection for a lot of people who are trying to quit. They're stressed out, they're anxious, and so they need a cigarette. And in this particular group with this intervention, cut that link between stress and giving in. Probably because they had a tool for dealing with difficult feelings and emotions. You know, a lot of times I hear people talk about how important it is to build good habits, but the reality is sometimes you need strength to do something difficult. And there's no habit in the world that's going to make you not want a cigarette when you see it, or want a donut when you see it, or make you want to avoid something because you're anxious. There's a real impulse and a real feeling that you need to deal with. And this power of acceptance seems to be the best strategy for dealing with these difficult emotions, these difficult thoughts, and these difficult cravings. And any attempt to kind of push them away or get rid of them backfires, but being able to ride them out and imagine them passing experiences that you don't need to act on has been shown to help a lot of different willpower challenges.